Hi, welcome to my Gravity Pick. My name is Maria Solon, and today we're going to do an advanced gravity Pilates routine called Gliding with Glamour. I have Saki here who is going to demonstrate my advanced movements. So we're going to start with a C-curve position, so she hollows out through the abdominals, and she's going to push the glide board out. Hinging from the hips, she hollows out the abdominals and brings the glide board down the rails. She'll do a few of these positioning just to warm up the abdominals. One more time. And then bringing the glide board back in, she extends through the spine and hinges from the shoulder joint now. She opens up the glide board and slides it back down, extending through the thoracic region, pushing it out and away. Again, coming back in, extending out through the thoracic region, opening up through the heart. Each time she's focusing on her breath. And one more time. She pushes it out and brings it right back down. Now she transitions and comes to her feet for long stretch series. Once again, she'll open up the glide board and press it up the rails, hinging from the shoulders, keeping her body nice and in line. The spine stays nice and neutral, so she's reaching in each direction as she opens and slides the glide board up the rails. She'll take this into a little bit more of an advanced positioning movement by extending one leg. And on this next one, she'll tuck the knee in towards her forehead and then transition to the next leg. So again, she reaches out through the toes and out through the head as she extends through the spine. Her abdominals are staying nice and pulled in, and her hips remain nice and neutral throughout each position, and relax down. She'll take this movement and have a seat onto the toe bar. Now the hands can be in either position, either facing outward or inward, but I'm going to have her face her hands this way so that she can open up through the shoulder and the collarbone region a little bit more. So for up stretch, her hips will go into a little circle, so she reaches down, the glide board slides up the rails, she extends through the spine and arches through the body, and then resets. Dropping the hips down, the elbows remain nice and parallel, lifting up through the thoracic region, and one more time she drops the hips, circling through the spine, articulating and lifting, and then take rest. Good, moving on, she's going to exit through. I'm going to lift up through our foot holder for stomach massage. Now the legs will continue to be going into a bend and extend position. Her arms will be extended, and I'll have her go into a C-curve or a hollowing out through the abdominal wall. So bending the legs up and extending back down. This motion will keep taking place, and she'll extend the lever arm to make it just a little bit more intense at the top range of the motion. Now she'll stay in C-curve and do the same movement. So stay down in C-curve and then just extend the arms. Good, right through there. The ribs are coming into play, working on that serratus anterior. Everything. One more time. And now she'll go into a nice flat back and extension of the spine. Same movement through the legs, but she'll open up into rotation and come back in. And then through the other side. And beautiful. Gliding with that glamour. She opens up and back in. And the last side. Good. And for the last stomach massage movement, she circles the arms back into extension of the thoracic spine and continues the motion through her legs. Her heart stays lifted and open. Her abdominals stay engaged. And one more time for a well-deserved stretch. So reach it forward and release. Good. Now we're going to take that same position with our foot holder. We'll slide the glide board up the rails, and she'll position herself onto a supine position. She'll hold on to the foot holder and bring her legs into her chest, 90-degree position. So we're going to circle through the hips. The hips come all the way up off of the glide board and then presses out and away from the tower and brings right back in. Lift up and out and extend out and away. She's still remaining with her back on the glide board as she reaches up and away. Now let's reverse that motion. Bring it up towards the tower, bend the knees and scoop it down and out. Bring it up towards it, focusing on using that breath. And one more time, lifting up and away and pressing down and hold right there. Good, bring the legs straight up and just to a hip hinge and extend out and away and bring it up. One more time. Same thing, her rib cage is staying down onto the glide board. And let's take this into a couple beating legs. So she crisscrosses, taking them down towards the foot bar and then bring them right back up. One more time. She brings them up and then releases back down. Go ahead and take a rest. And we'll transition this movement. And I'll go ahead and take your pulley out of your pulley pocket, attach it to your glide board. And we'll go into pulling straps. So she anchors down, keeping her chest towards the top half of the glide board. Her arms will be an extension right into that T-press. So her body is staying right into a neutral spine. Her legs are extended and zipping up through the midline of her body. She extends those arms like angel wings down towards her pockets and then reaching right back out to that T position. Straight back down. Her spine is nice and long. Her shoulder blades are staying down and engaged. And one more time, she'll take those arms right back down. Good. Now this time she'll do the same movement but an extension of the spine. So her chest stays lifted. She's pulling down through the lats and the shoulder blades. Her scapula is staying down and engaged. And one more time in this position. Good. Now stay in extension. She's going to go ahead and make arm circles. So bringing the arms down and around, small little circles, or they can be big circles depending on how big of range you want to work and if your shoulder is able to do that mobility. And reverse that circle, down and around, and back up, and down and around. Her legs stay engaged through the midline of the body, and she's reaching out through the toes, and take rest. Beautiful. So same thing, she'll anchor down, or I'll take them. She'll flip it around, and for her last movement, she will perform a few abdominal exercises. So positioning her body where she feels comfortable, making sure her hair doesn't go into the pulley. The arms will come up into about chest level from right here. Her back remains on the ground and her legs will extend up into the air. So first she'll just hip hinge the legs. So they'll reach down towards the toe bar and then right back up. And then down and then right back up. Now this time she'll take them into some little crisscrosses again. And the arms stay nice and stable. And one more time, she reaches down and then reaches back up. Now keeping the legs crisscrossing, her arms will reach down and reach back up with the legs. Reaching straight back down and back up. Her back remains back onto the glide board. And reaching, and one more time, all the way down. And let's give her a little break here. We're gonna take it right into her final movement to teaser. So she'll roll down, scooping the arms, and engage the abdominals, staying here. She's staying strong. Her arms are just gonna do the motion all the way down and lift. One more time, lifting up and holding, stay. Lift up a little bit taller through the chest and release it back down. Beautiful work, Saki. Thank you so much for joining me for my gravity pick. I'm Maria Sol, and I'll see you next time.